What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap. Corey Seager is looking like a future Hall of Famer. Maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic, but we do have to talk about that later on in the video. The Cubs are officially giving up on a guy that they gave almost $10 million to. The Diamondbacks have a rookie phenom on their hands, and he hit a home run in front of hundreds of his family members and friends. Vladdy Jr. is shutting up all of the haters this year, but it's not just him. Gavin Lux of the Dodgers, he's been doing the exact same thing lately, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. If you've never watched these videos before, this is a series called MLB Recap. I recap every game every single day, so stick around, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're going to any ball games or concerts anytime soon, don't forget to save yourself 20 bucks off on SeatGeek using code Fuzzy. And if you like daily fantasy sports, the NFL season is rapidly approaching, and Underdog, they're hooking you guys up. They already have week 1 discounts, and if you use my code Fuzzy, you get up to $1,000 and this free Shohei Ohtani pick'em. So again, they're hooking you guys up. Don't forget to use my code. Wow, the Cubs actually did it. Now, don't take this as the Cubs falling back and giving up on the season. Hector Neris has not been very good, despite the fact that he was given almost $10 million as a reliever. That's a lot of money for a guy who's only going to throw 1 or 2 innings every so often. In his short stint as a Cub, Hector had a 3.89 ERA, which is not completely awful, but he blew 5 saves and everything got worse. He allowed more base hits and walks than ever, and he was striking out guys less than ever. That's an awful combination, or a trio. If you're striking out guys less than ever and allowing more hits and walks, yeah, you're going to go bye-bye. He's probably going to be on another team by the end of today because Hector Neris, he's been really good in his past, and a playoff contender, they're 1,000% going to take a flyer on this guy. All right, moving on to the games from yesterday. JD Martinez is Darth Vader, and the Orioles are Luke Skywalker. If you've never seen Star Wars, all I'm trying to say is JD is their father. He has a near 1,200 OPS versus them in his career, dating back to his days with the Red Sox. He has 13 home runs this season, and check this out. They had a kid in the booth. He was electric. I wish I could play the audio. You know what? Actually, screw it. Please, MLB, be nice. I'm going to show the kid's call on this Tyrone Taylor RBI to the left side. Play.
The lineup today, it is smacked through the hole of base hit. That'll score Alonso, and Alvarez pulls in at second with an RBI single for Tyrone Taylor.
That was electric. That kid is going to be a star one day. Anyways, Baltimore starting pitcher Trevor Rogers, he has a 7+ ERA and 4 starts, so not a great start for him in his new career as a Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher. I mean, at least he's not going to get the L because DJ Peterson, he was so good until a balk and a solo home run off the bat of Ramon Urias completely ruined his gem. I guess he still had a quality start, but a 3-1 lead turned into a tie in the blink of an eye. The other newcomer for the Orioles, Sir Anthony Dominguez, he owns the Mets, but not in this game. He got the green light talking about Francisco Alvarez, El Troll, on a 3-0 count. He said, I'm swinging, I'm hacking, and this ball game's over. The Orioles, with this L, they fall to a half game of first place, and the Mets, they're 1 game back of the wild card. Staying with green lights, Jarren Duran told himself that he's going to be hacking at the first pitch. He gave himself the green light, and he did not miss it. After that, Yusei and Houston's defense kind of crumbled, and it ended up 2-0. I almost said White Sox. Red Sox after a few, but now Boston is the one that's crumbling. Horrible throws all the way around to score after O'Neill kind of tossed it up the line, and then Danny Jansen, he threw it away on a back pick attempt at first base. Just sloppy defense across the board. Houston, they even felt bad, and they made another error, so they wanted to kind of balance the score. That allowed Romy Gonzalez to get on for Masataka Yoshida, who sent out another home run to left field into the Crawford boxes. I've said this before, but the Crawford boxes giveth, and the Crawford boxes taketh away. Yusei was still pretty good. He struck out 7, only allowed 1 earned run. He did allow a few more than that, but again, 1 earned run. Tanner Houck, sort of the same situation. He struck out 8 on 2 earned runs, even though they both gave up more runs than that. Each team, they just did not want to win. Boston, they're literally handing over some runs now with Singleton and Dubon. They put the ball in play. They both grabbed an RBI, so it's 4-4. Henley Jansen was tasked with just trying to keep it there. He got Yordan to whiff, and then Yordan, he turned to Yainer Diaz in the on-deck circle. He gave him the blueprint, and on the first pitch that Yainer Diaz saw, he smacked it. He was pointing at Yordan in the dugout like, this is all you, bro. You told me what to do. And would you look at that? Back-to-back games ending in walk-off home runs. That's a lot of fun. Now, I'm not saying this is a must-win for the Mariners, but this is a must-win game for the Mariners. I know I'm being a little bit dramatic, but falling 5 games back of the Astros, who are red hot, is a terrible idea. We had a fun little pregame moment. Justin Turner, he was back in Dodger Stadium. They gave him a few little gifts and stuff like that. Ohtani, he almost got picked off, like he was caught stealing, then they threw to second base, threw back, and somehow he was able to be safe on that. Brian Wu of the Mariners, he said, I got this, guys. Get on my back. But Dodgers rookie Gavin Stone said the exact same thing to his squad. These guys were both throwing mid to upper 90s. Gavin, he struck out a career high 10 hitters? This kid has allowed 1 run with 16 strikeouts over his last 12 innings. Gavin Stone is becoming a monster. He goes 7 scoreless while Brian Wu, he made 1 mistake pitch. The other LA Gavin Lux, he's so back. Fans, they wanted this guy sent to Azkaban after a slow start, even though he was coming off of an ACL tear, and he was really, really good to end 2022. Now, over his last 33 games, he's got 7 home runs and a near 370 batting average. Max Muncy, he's also back, but in a different way. He's back from the IL. That is a 2-run missile off the brand new shiny trade piece, Jimmy Garcia. Tommy Edman, it is so weird to see him in a blue uniform. That is his first base hit as a Dodger. Nothing came of it as the Dodgers, they do win 3-0 as Evan Phillips, he converted his 16th save. Because we talked about the Dodgers, we do have to talk about the Padres and the Diamondbacks, but we'll get there in a second. I want to get this Reds game out the way real quick. Just like people wrote off Gavin Lux, even more people wrote off Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and he just went second deck on all of the asses. Like, yeah, I'm showing off today. I don't care. I believed in both Gavin Lux and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't think you guys understand how much flack I got. Like, yeah, YouTube is a different story, but on Twitter and stuff like that, people were so mean to me. The apology should be as loud as the disrespect. Vladdy has 33 doubles, 26 home runs. He's batting .317 with a 165 OPS plus. Say sorry to Gavin Lux and Vladdy. Santiago Espinal, he got a standing O, and now he's getting a standing double. If you guys don't remember, he was somehow an all-star for the Blue Jays a couple seasons ago. He got to third base, and then he scored after Ellie De La Cruz lifted it, and the score has been reset. We are knotted at 1-1. Never mind, Dalton Varsho now has a 17-game on-base streak, and do not forget his 25 DRS, 25 defensive run saves already. TJ Friedl, I got a question for you guys. Is this guy a star? No, actually, not a superstar, but the defense, I mean, it's always pretty good. It will come back. He's missed a lot of time because he was on the IL a lot throughout this year, but last year it was incredible, and he just straight up rakes. Speaking of raking, the man who rakes is back to raking. Spencer Steer, he doubled to the gap, and then Ty France, he hit the exact same spot, so they combined for RBI doubles in the 6th inning. Steer has 76 RBIs, and France is up to a near 130 OPS plus, and the Reds are owning that right center gap. Jake Fraley, that's the 3rd double of the inning, the 3rd RBI double, I should say. That's when a team is seeing it well, when they're going the other way. Like, yeah, pulling home runs are cool, but consistently driving balls to the gap is just as important. Ernie Clement, I'll tip my cap to him. That's a home run, his 8th of the year. It wasn't enough. So the Reds kind of just kept their season alive. They're still out of it, but the Rangers, they might have just pushed the Pittsburgh Pirates over the edge. 8 games back is tough. Aroldis Chapman, he was reunited with his 2023 World Series teammates. He finally got his ring. It's kind of crazy that he went almost a full year without getting his ring. Corey Seager, he won this game all by himself. He socked not 1, but 2 home runs in the first 3 innings off of Pittsburgh starter Luis Ortiz. I'm going full hyperbolic, but Seager has to be a Hall of Famer. I don't care about the milestone stats. He is one of the most gifted hitters of our generation. He has 8 home runs in August alone, and we have a week plus left. I mean, he has a career 135 OPS plus in the regular season, and he might be the best hitter in World Series history. Jared Triolo kind of scared Rangers fans with a 3-run home run to bring it within 1. He's having a brutal sophomore season after kind of breaking out last year with a near 300 batting average and an almost 390 on base. He's down to a 200 batting average and a sub 290 on base percentage. Kirby Yates, he's given up runs and back-to-back appearances, but he bounced back. He still has an insane 1.3 ERA, 22 saves, a 13 strikeouts per 9. The Pirates are 8 games back of the wild card, whereas the Rangers, they're 12.5 games back. Do either of these teams have comebacks in their pockets? Maybe Jacob deGrom and Scherzer come back. Can the Rangers do it? The Pirates? Let me know. So we talked about the Mariners earlier, and they fall to 5 games back at first place, while the Diamondbacks and the Padres, they refuse to go away. They're like that little fruit fly gnat thing during a delightful picnic, and it's still delightful, but it's very annoying. Arizona has the best record in baseball by far since the beginning of July, and they added a potential future star in Adrian Del Castillo. He had hundreds of family and friends in attendance. He played at the college down in Miami. He ripped a grand slam. He's got 3 home runs and 12 RBIs in 8 games, and he wasn't done. After Nick Fortes popped off for a home run, Adrian, he's a catcher. He showed off what he can do with the arm. He threw a C to nab the runner, and look at this. Jock Peterson, I swear, if he stays a platoon DH for the rest of his career, he could end up with 350 plus home runs. I know that was his 206th home run, but he's got 20 home runs, a 161 OPS plus. He's 32 years old. If he averages 20 home runs for the next 6 or 7 seasons, he could get there. Adrian Del Castillo, more like Adrian Del can't get out-o. 2 more RBIs. I honestly think that 6 RBIs could be a career high for a while for the rookie. And then the cherry on top, he stole a bag. Jake the Rake, Jake McCarthy just went to the second deck. He has a near 140 OPS plus. He's batting basically 310. He's got 7 home runs. The Diamondbacks, even though Ketel Marte is injured, they're looking unstoppable. The Padres are taking on a tough Twins team, and the Padres are trying to keep up with both the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, and they were able to bounce back and steal the lead from Michael King. He let up a scorching RBI double to Matt Wallner, but again, the Padres, they answered with a few knocks before Cronenworth, he grounded out for the tie, and then Xander, he put the team out in front. And since coming off the IL in June, Xander is batting .355 with 13 RBIs in 29 games, and dating back to last year, legitimately, second half Xander Bogaerts is a completely different human. Staying with Xander, he tried to turn a double play all by himself, but the shovel throw was a little bit too late as Willie Castro, he reties it for the Twins. Minnesota rookie Zebby Matthews, he kind of got screwed, not gonna lie. His defense made an error, and then the bases ended up loading after that error, obviously, and then there was a walk or something like that. You just can't give Jackson Merrill these chances because even though he's 21 years old, he's already one of the best clutch hitters in baseball. He has a 148 OPS plus and high leverage moments. He clears the bases for Michael King, who went 6 innings with 6 strikeouts. Michael King, Dylan Cease, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Jackson Merrill, they've all been elite since June. Robert Suarez, he might need a breather over the next few days because the Padres are winning a lot, so obviously they've been using him a lot. He has another earned run, which means 3 of his last 5 appearances he's allowed to run. Yes, he's got 28 saves and the Padres do win, but I give him a day or 2 off. Just don't use them. So the Twins have lost 2 games in a row while the Royals are trying to win their 5th in a row, and if they get this W, they'll be tied for second place in the AL Central just behind the Guardians. Salvi Perez, he's got 83 RBIs. He delivered with a single through the gap, and why is this happening? Paul DeJong, he was supposed to be a secret agent for the Guardians and sucked for the Royals. So far, he's got 3 home runs with 8 RBIs, and he's been just really, really good for the Royals so far. Seth Lugo, he was frying. That fastball and curveball duo was working wonders early, and he was really working the tunneling. If you guys don't know what tunneling is, look it up. But it's basically making a fastball and curveball look the same out the hand based off eye level. So he was working that fastball up, and then he broke out the curveball, so it kind of looked the same out the hand, but then it dipped down below. I mean, he just struck out 3 in a row. That was beautiful. Seth Lugo came so close to 7 scoreless, and he's lucky that this ball was not hit 975 feet. That was 91 middle, a meatball if I've ever seen one. All he forgot was the spaghetti. Joe Adell turned and burned for a 2-run double. That ball was hit 113.5 miles an hour. It's all good, Seth. Salvi, he stole those runs back. He had a 97 fastball up, but his hands are so quick. Even at his age, he makes it 85 RBIs. He has a 122 OPS plus. Zach Neto, he's got some quick hands as well. He ran into a barrel. He has 18 home runs. But that RBI extra base hit from Salvi really fueled the Royals. They've won 5 games in a row, and would you look at that? They're tied with the Twins for second place in the Central. But I think they're both playoff teams courtesy of the wild card right now, unless the Twins fall out or the Red Sox catch up. Ooh, we love seeing guys making plays and their return from the IL. Thairo Estrada missed a good chunk of time. He snagged it, and the Giants rolled a huge double play. Kyle Harrison, he wanted 5 scoreless so bad. He was 1 out away, but Luis Robert Jr., he's still really good despite his down season. He takes it the other way. The best part, though, that reminded the San Francisco Giants that they could also score, and they teed off for a 4 spot, and it all started with the catcher, Kurt Casale. He singled in Thairo Estrada. The rookie Tyler Fitzgerald somehow pulled a slider off the plate for a go-ahead double. Yes, he got to second base. His tools are actually insane. Lamont Wade Jr., he had a double stolen from him, but at least it got away, so it's an RBI single. Skipping to the 6th after an Elliot Ramos sac fly. I'm just going to show this. Matt Chapman, he spotted an outside slider just like Fitzgerald, but he got under it for his 20th home run, and on Baseball Reference, he's almost at a 6 WAR already. Now, wait, I had to do a double take. Is that Jordan Hicks? I thought he was signed as a starter. That's his first save as a Giant. Apparently, he's been demoted. No, I shouldn't say demoted. Rotation's kind of full for the Giants. Either way, he's now a relief pitcher for San Francisco, and he's going to be a spot closer when Ryan Walker is not available. The Giants, they win again. Man, a few weeks ago, Taj Bradley was basically the AL version of Paul Skeens, and now he's not doing too great. But yeah, over the last 3 weeks, he's been anything but that. Now, he did technically toss a quality start in this one, but yeah, he's allowed 18 runs, and the opposing lineup has a .321 batting average against him over his last 4 starts, which again is awful. JJ Bleday, he is continuing to make Miami pay for shipping him way too early, and that he was actually worth a first-round draft pick. 33 doubles, 16 home runs, a 121 OPS plus. If you're not looking, check out this web gem from Max Schumann, who is incredibly underrated in my opinion. He keeps it scoreless, not just once, but he also made a slick little play to end the 6th inning for Joe Boyle, who actually looked like Paul Skeens. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. He can throw 100+ miles an hour multiple times. He did that in this game, and he was painting the heater before breaking out a few off-speed pitches. He struck out 6 over 6 scoreless, and then they had to face Mason Miller. That's an awful game if you ask me, but Mason Miller now has 19 saves, a 1.89 ERA, and the A's, what? They're 24-15 since July. They have the 4th best record in baseball since July 1st. That was a fun recap. Not the longest recap, but sometimes we don't have 15, 16 games to talk about. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor, leave a like on this one. Send it to a friend if you think that they would be updated by this series. And enjoy the web gems.
Full staff down there, hard hit, caught at first base. And a ground ball up the middle, a sliding stab Gonzalez. He's throwing to first base. It got him!
Junior to the middle, slides, stabs.
Oh, eaten up at second by Holiday, who throws.
Chops it. Fair takes a wild spin, and they get the play.
That's it toward the hole, smothered by Vientos, and he gets it hard, and a tricky hop there by Dylan Moore at shortstop. 5th career game for McRae, and oh, it's caught by